News, this is Montana This Morning.
I'm Edgar Cedillo in Bozeman. We now have new information regarding the now infamous video of former city manager Jeff Mihalik. We'll have the updates coming up.
Arizona Supreme Court reinstates a Civil War era abortion law. I'm Jared Hill with the comment and criticism from even those on the right.
And special education needs are on the rise in the Bozeman School District. Coming up, our Kristen Merkel reports on what school administrators are saying about the trend. Alrighty, it is 6 o'clock on this Wednesday morning. Jade McDonald and Matt Elwell with you bright and early on a hump day. I am on coffee number 2, Matt.
Yeah,
I just wanted to keep you updated. It's that kind of day.
I'm glad you are. I'm still on 1, but
Okay.
It was really strong, so I'll take it.
Well, there's still time in the morning.
That's
we can get
right.
to second.
Temperatures this morning are trying to cool down. We've had a few light snow showers,
Yeah.
believe it or not. Nothing significant, and looking at road conditions, not really going to be a major impact. You just may want to watch for ice on areas like Homestake or Bozeman Pass. But most of this has been pretty light. The wind's been more of an issue in combination with that moisture at times this morning. You can see Futurecast really not picking up on much throughout the day. In fact, we should see mostly sunny skies by the afternoon. Our temperatures are not responding dramatically, but I do expect daytime highs to be near average for most of the area. The temperatures topping out around 50 degrees today. A big warm up expected by the end of the week. I'm going to talk more about the timing and impacts that'll have for your weekend in just a few minutes.
All right, thank you very much, Matt. Well, Bozeman city leaders say they have a better idea of who is responsible for the leaked video involving former city manager Jeff Mihalik. MTN's Edgar Cedillo explains the new information does not mean any disciplinary action will be taken.
According to the city, the now infamous video of Jeff Mihalik ranting was recorded by a municipal court employee. Municipal Court Judge Harrington says that she directed a court employee to take a video of the recorded meeting.
Thank you, Jim.
Judge Harrington raised concerns about this video.
Dude, you're supposed to be taking the notes. You are.
In the video, Jeff Mihalik makes disparaging remarks against the mayor, deputy mayor, and the city as a whole. Harrington says that she had discussed the video with former elected officials, but says that she has no idea who leaked the video on social media. She had directed her employee who recorded the video to erase her copy and has not revealed the employee's identity. Deputy Mayor Morrison says that he believes that city staff had concerns over security breaches related to the leaked meeting video. Acting city manager opened an investigation.
To my understanding, the investigation came from an interest from staff. So we did not direct the city manager to investigate.
The city ended up parting ways with Mihalik back in March. The former city manager received a payout of more than $200,000.
We'll come up. I hope that we can move past this. It is just becoming this kind of unending distraction that's keeping us from being able to do the important work we need to do.
As far as any discipline for the leaked video, city leaders say that since the employee who recorded the video works for another elected official, Judge Harrington, quote, the individuals are not subject to the acting city manager Chuck Wynn's authority and that Wynn can take no further action. In Bozeman, Edgar Cedillo, MTN News.
And a man pleaded not guilty to charges accusing him of using bear spray on officers while they were trying to arrest him in Butte last February. Colby Zier faces felony counts of assault with a weapon and assault on peace officers, as well as misdemeanor theft and resisting arrest charges. Charging documents allege Zier sprayed 2 troopers with bear spray during a brief standoff following a car chase with the Montana Highway Patrol in the 1700 block of Elm Street in Butte. One trooper fired his handgun after the incident, but no injuries were reported in the shooting. Zier's $1 million bond was continued, and he was remanded to jail. And more fallout this morning after Arizona's top court reinstated a Civil War era statute that bans all abortions with the exception for saving the life of the mother. The decision may not take effect for weeks, but it is facing backlash from members of both parties in the state and beyond. The decision could also have big implications for November's election in a major swing state that President Biden won 4 years ago. CBS News' Jared Hill has more from New York.
Abortion rights is sparking a new fight in battleground Arizona. In a 4-2 ruling yesterday, the state Supreme Court said a law from 1864 that bans nearly all abortions except to save the life of the mother can be enforced. The penalty for doctors? 2 to 5 years in prison.
It is a dark day in Arizona.
Arizona's Democratic Governor Katie Hobbs is calling on state lawmakers to repeal the 160-year-old statute, and the state's top prosecutor is vowing not to enforce it.
No woman or doctor will be prosecuted under this law as long as I am Attorney General.
The order, which was put on hold for 2 weeks pending challenges in lower courts, would do away with a 2022 state law that bans the procedure at 15 weeks. Anti-abortion rights activists praised the ruling.
It's always a really good decision to protect life.
But even some prominent state and national Republicans have come out against it.
The ruling was asinine, but it's up to Arizona to fix it.
President Biden called the law dangerous and cruel.
To stop bans like this, we need a United States Congress that will restore the protections of Roe v. Wade.
Arizona's Planned Parenthood says it will continue to provide abortion services up to 15 weeks, quote, for a short period of time, and abortion rights advocates say they have enough signatures to possibly get the issue on the ballot this November. Jared Hill, CBS News.
If and when the law does take effect, Arizona will join more than a dozen states that have instated near total abortion bans in the nearly 2 years since the U.S. Supreme Court struck down Roe v. Wade, the landmark decision that protected abortion rights. Now, back in some Treasure State headlines, the board revealed that the special education programs are growing. MTN's Kristen Merkel reports on the Bozeman School Board on what the district is saying about the growth in special education needs.
Over 12% of students in Bozeman schools are involved in special education. And with the increase in need for special education programming, the district is navigating ways to keep up with the need.
We've seen a rate of growth within our special education department that has exceeded the rate of growth within the district.
Director of Special Education Chad Berg gave a presentation at Monday night's school board meeting discussing the growth and improvements to the district's special education programming.
Our special education population has grown from roughly a 500 student special education population to a 900 student special education population. And it becomes our task to constantly evolve our programming and services as those student needs change, our program needs to adapt.
There are 13 disability categories that are outlined in the Individuals with Disabilities Education Act. Berg says there's a wide umbrella of disabilities they work with, including autism, deafness, blindness, speech and language impairments, and many more. And it wouldn't be possible without great staff of about 160 and community support.
That strong community support has enabled us to have special education services where I'm proud to say that our students with disabilities in our district are outperforming students with disabilities statewide at every grade level.
Berg says as the programming grows and the support continues, Bozeman School's special education program will continue helping students.
The whole thing is a challenge. It's all a journey, and it's one that many of our students are very successfully navigating.
In Bozeman, Kristen Merkel, MTN News.
Thank you very much, Kristen. Now, Dr. Shania Yates of Butte and dozens of other primary care workers across the state are appealing to Governor Jean Forte's Future Generations Commission. The commission is deciding how to spend $300 million to improve Montana's behavioral health and disability services. Dr. Yates says primary care providers say support from the governor's commission can help bolster services to the most vulnerable people in the community.
The state officials to understand that through the years, cuts have been made in complex care or care management. And so I think the message that we're trying to have the state officials realize is that investing in complex care managers for individuals that may have a real need from a behavioral health standpoint is a really good use of the money.
Dr. Yates adds that primary care providers offer services for behavioral health care to patients of all ages, and an investment is needed to keep up with issues facing her patients. She says those include homelessness, substance abuse disorders, and anxiety and depression. And nursing education in Montana is getting a major upgrade. Tuesday afternoon, Montana State University broke ground on its new instructional building for the Mark and Robin Jones College of Nursing. The new building is one of 5 being built across the state as part of the historic $101 million donation by the Joneses. The investment is expected to impact a nursing shortage in the Treasure State. According to DPHHS, 52 out of 56 Montana counties are experiencing nursing shortages. And we introduced you to Mike Kinseys back in 2022 after a video he shot went viral worldwide of his Park City home being ripped away by roaring waters. Well, now we're going to catch back up with him as hundreds of volunteers came together to make a miraculous move. Our Kelsey Boggs was there and has our full story.
Nearly 2 years after Mike Kinseys' Park City home was washed away in the June 2022 historic floods, volunteers are coming to the rescue, physically picking up Kinseys' garage, moving it away from the floodplain and out of danger of a repeat incident.
I've lived here since 1977 and I want to be home. And my kids want to be home. Everybody wants to be home.
For the past 2 years, Mike Kinseys has been living out of his trailer.
How's things been going since then?
Slow.
The 76-year-old Army veteran had his life turned upside down in 2022 after the historic June flood ripped away his Park City home, and all he could do was watch. He took this video with his cell phone that ended up going viral worldwide.
I have friends who are from Sweden. They saw me on the news in Sweden. Can you imagine?
Since then, it's been a waiting game, as he was seemingly left to deal with the damage on his own, hoping to eventually rebuild.
That's my goal, is to be able to put some sort of either a modular house or a built house.
But his garage remained on the floodplain, and before Kinseys could even think about a home rebuild, he knew the garage had to be moved. Luckily, he made friends with the right people at the right time.
Nelson was working on that red and black barn right there. And I was driving out of my yard and he waved at me. Him and his son came up and introduced themselves. And I said, "You probably saw me on the news." And he said, "I've never watched the news." I'm like, okay.
Nelson Troyer, an Amish man, didn't hesitate to help out. Troyer planned the move with Kinseys, recruited the volunteers, and made it all happen.
Saw it on Facebook, and it said to call Nelson. He said there were going to be 70 Amish, and they wanted 70 non-Amish. So I said, well, we're non-Amish.
On Saturday, more than 100 volunteers showed up on Kinseys' property, ready to lend a helping hand. Dropped off by the busload to move Kinseys' garage with sheer strength.
We're going to move a building, like with manpower.
Seriously, what a great story, right?
He was overcome with emotion when the move was complete.
Not enough meaning to express my gratitude to each and every individual that came here today to help me.
The day ended in song, before a silent prayer and lunch. Kinseys is now looking to the future, once again hopeful, but will never forget the kindness he was shown by these volunteers.
It's hard to express. I can't, and especially considering the conditions, just gratitude, overwhelming gratitude. I couldn't be more thankful.
In Park City, Kelsey Boggs, MTN News.
I mean, if people ever have a doubt on what the community can do when they come together.
Man, that is amazing.
They can move a house.
It truly is amazing.
An incredible story. I just can't get enough of that.
Yep.
Now, before we head into a break, I'm going to actually take you to my neck of the woods, Tacoma, Washington. I had many field trips at this zoo and aquarium. This is Point Defiant Zoo, well known for their polar bears. But, you know, when polar bears get their annual exam, it's a little more complicated than maybe when you and I.
It's not a turn your head and cough type of situation.
Right, you know that little hammer that they do with your knees? It's a little more complex when you got some white fur and you weigh, well, hundreds and hundreds of pounds. Now this is Lerky. She got checked out head to tail, quite literally, and it takes a team to really make sure this gets done. I mean, they do this annually with all the polar bears and, of course, all the animals that they have at the Point Defiant Zoo. It's just really incredible. Some of the cutting edge work they do, they check everything internally, make sure everyone's happy, healthy, and doing what they need, and they hold their paw all the
that's
while.
good.
And so it's kind of a cool
That's
thing.
pretty cool, though.
I mean, how often do you get a peek into a
that's
polar
exactly
bear
right.
exam? Pretty neat. All right, we're going to take a short break here in Montana this morning, but when we come back, concerns of data privacy within Montana agriculture. Well, we're going to delve into that issue and what's being done about it. That's coming up in your Montana Agriculture Report.